everybody at Mowers and Blowers. Good morning. It's about 11 o'clock and it's Tuesday morning. You saw from yesterday's video, I did end up selling my Craftsman LT 1000 and I stuck to my guns. I probably should have taken $775 with free delivery, right? But you know, I just felt the guy out and it looked like he would budge, you know what I mean? And I know what I have. Looks like it's gone. I was too late. Somebody picked it up. Darn. And that's a Toro bagger hood too, but I don't need it. So my battery had died while I was videoing that drive over to get that. So I was on the can this morning and I was going through my phone looking at Craigslist, the free category, and I saw a picture of a pull behind dethatcher. You know, the dethatcher, the wheels that you pull on a tractor, you know. Guy was throwing it out on the curb. Now I knew that today was garbage day, at least from my area, right? And this place was in Northport, which is the next town over, not far at all. And I would figure that that's garbage day for them too. But he posted it about an hour ago, and I know that my garbage was taken away early this morning, you know? So I thought there might be a chance that it still might be there. So as I was driving, my battery died. When I got there, I had a little bit left juice just to take a picture of it, and it was that Toro 1238 XL type bagger system. It was just the hood, no chute. You need the chutes, you know, no bagger or anything, just the hood. So while I thought in the back of my mind I really should take it, it would probably just be junk and I'd have it for like 100 years, you know. But somebody had come in front of me and taken the dethatcher already, I'm sure. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. You don't always get it, you know, but I felt that I needed to take a drive over there to at least see, you know. Too bad, but sometimes you just got to try to hustle, though, you know, and I just wasn't fast enough. So one of my subscribers told me that he had a good idea on what I should do. And I thought it was a pretty good idea also. So this is a Lawnboy, almost the same thing as a Toro, you know, same handles and all that stuff. And this is a 6.5 Kohler engine. Picked this off the street, and as you know, somebody had hacksawed the gas cap off. Maybe it was seized or something, and they couldn't get it off. As you can see, that somebody tried to tape it. So this is part of the gas tank, the inner gas tank over here. I know this gas tank costs like 25, 30 bucks, right? So I'm definitely not going to buy a gas tank for this unless I had one already, which I don't. So this engine, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It probably runs. You just need a new gas tank for it, as well as a dipstick and dipstick reservoir, because this one's all chewed up. Front cowling over here is also bent out of shape and looks like a dog or some kind of animal was like gnawing on it, you know. But I bet you the engine still probably works, you know. The cable's good, which is important. And also it has the self-propulsion, right? This thing just needs to be adjusted. We don't know if the self-propulsion works or not, but I'm going to try to find out. So my idea is to, well, first, I'll show you. You have these two over here, right? They both have quantum engines on it. I got both of them from Mike, from Mike's Lawn Care Babylon. He just found it on the street and gave it to me. They both have big baggers, which are great, you know. Now, if you look at this body over here, it's just surface rust, you know. It's not rotted or anything. I know that this deck is made with very heavy steel gauge metal, so, and it's very strong. I think, you know, you just sand it down or grind it down or something like that and then give it a coat of fresh paint, the deck would probably look pretty good, but it's missing the drive cable cover on that, right? This one over here, this deck is Doneski, right? This deck is Doneski. Looks like this engine might work, and also this has the drive cable cover. So if I took that, I know if you look at the design here, it doesn't look like it'll fit, but it might fit. Anyway, I think Jason might have a cover for that. Anyhow, I'm going to try to take that cover and put it on there. Maybe get that started because this is complete. This also has the key start. The key start has the same battery that I had recently that holds a charge. So maybe I'll get this one going with the key start working. That might be cool, and see if maybe the self-propulsion works. Cable seemed pretty good too. And that cable seems like it works. So today, this is what I'm going to do. I definitely can't use this deck, right? So I'm going to take the engine off of this and the drive belt cover. Maybe I'll save the wheels and all that stuff too. And the bagger, of course. And I'm going to put this engine on this deck. Because I know that I mean, I don't know if that engine works, but it feels like it would. So I'll take that engine off and put it on this one and try to make one good running mower with those two. And then this is another project for another day. That's what I'm going to try to do today. Soon I'm going to have to think about racking and stacking all these mowers into my shed. In the shed is all my snow blowers. Bill and I looked it over yesterday. I actually only have 7 snow blowers. Not bad. So I sold a few, you know, 3 or 4 this year. Maybe 5, I'm not sure. So that's like 2/3 full. So there's still room in there for stuff. But when I move my snow blowers out of there, rack them and stack these in there, get the snow blowers, maybe some of them in here and the bigger ones in the garage. It's a good thing I cleaned out my garage, huh? So let's get to work on making one good lawnmower out of 2. Got this old rug out so that I don't stain my driveway. Not that it's already not stained. Anyway, we're gonna see if there's any Earl left in this thing before I remove the engine. I guarantee you there's probably some water in it. There you go, look at that. It's all water. Maybe a little bit of Earl. It didn't have a cap, so that's all there was, just a little bit of water. Some white Earl. Not too bad. Actually, I'm going to leave it on its side so I can take the engine off, get the bolts off. Alright, so it's got nice mulching blades. It's got the bottom cable cover, drive cable cover for the Toros. They've sold, you know. Hopefully that's a good blade. Now look, I'm gonna have to remember that I have to try to get that blade adapter to fit on. To get that blade adapter to try to fit on, look at that, it's hand loosened on the Quantum engine, and I hope that that fits the same, it's the same diameter, because I'm going to need this in case the drive propulsion, the transmission works. This thing has to come off. That's going to be a challenge, you know, taking these things off. If they don't come off like loosely like this, probably going to take a bit to get this off. I think I have to might try to take it off now since it's bolted onto the deck, you know, might be easier. One inch. It's one of them already. I don't want to take it off completely yet. But it doesn't look like I can get this off. For some crazy reason, can't get the bolt out of here to remove this cover, so I'm gonna have to go around it, you know. I'm just gonna take the engine off. Belt guide, holding the engine on the other side so it doesn't flop over. When you have an extension on, it takes away some of the torque. Gonna use some penetrating oil from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Go find a breaker bar. Got a 1-inch breaker bar here. I have a feeling this is gonna break, but we don't care because we don't. This engine, well, I don't know if the engine works, but there we go. It's moving. Oh, it broke. But like I said, probably won't use this engine anyway. It'll cost too much money. The gas tank and all that stuff to get it going. Not to mention all the plastics are messed up. So I have to try to get this blade adapter off of this crankshaft because I need this blade adapter. Probably find another one or something, but I'd rather use the original one if I could. Got a chisel here. Yep. It's coming. I unlocked the engine. It was locked up before. Look, now you can turn it. Come on. What is holding this on? Holy cow. There we go. Cool. I've saved this engine for I don't know, some other day. Maybe if I get one, I could use it for parts, or if I get a gas tank, you know what I mean. Okay, now we got this big beast now. Gonna take this engine off. I'm going to put the container in the back in case it leaks oil. Of course it's 9/16. I was wondering, maybe this, I could use the existing pulley on this one. I mean, if that one doesn't fit, I want to check, I want to compare the two adapters. Maybe it'll work, I'm not sure. That would be much easier, you know. But then there's a blade size too, so let's compare the blades. This big one here is probably a 22, and look, it's way longer by 2.5 inches. So we're gonna have to mess with this a little bit, you know. Let me try to get this cover off. Of course it's a 7/16. No, it's not even 7/16. 3/8. the belt. Man, this pulley is way bigger. Look where the belt, how the belt is, right? This pulley is way bigger, so I'm not going to be able to use this pulley for that mower. Gonna have to use the original Lawnboy pulley, blade adapter, and its original gator blade. But these edges, these mulcher notches there, they look like gator blades. Now I'm gonna have to try to get this one off, you know. It's always tough working on old equipment, you know. Now the important thing is, remember, we're going to try to use this engine, right? Which means I have to tread lightly when it comes to these bolts, because you don't want to. I don't want to break these bolts inside the engine, because that would be a lot of drilling, which I definitely do not want to do. You know, so I have to tread lightly on this one for sure. So I managed to move a little bit, move them just a little bit, right? And when you move it a little bit, there's a little gap in between now, right? So then you spray more penetrating oil into the threads. So then now it should be able to come out. So I got one out, we got two more. I think it'll work. See, it's moving out a little bit. I'm not gonna be impatient. I'm gonna make sure that these things don't break inside the engine block, because I hate drilling. Yeah, all right, 2 down, 1 to go. I'm holding the engine on the other side. Smooth. Success, success, I tell you, success. That's awesome. Extracted engine without breaking the bolts. And there's that engine. This deck is done! Look at this deck. Holy cow. It's really messed up. To remove this cable, push down on that tab. Now that engine is free and loose. Look at that deck. Isn't that pretty bad? Now we're going to put this engine onto this deck. We have to take this blade adapter off with the pulley on it. Theoretically, you could break the crankshaft that way, or the connecting rod, you know? But you gotta do what you gotta do. not budging. Some penetrating oil, let it drip down just to help it out. I think it might be moving. I had to change my clothes. I was sweating to death. When you're working, it gets warm. Looks like it's moving a little. That's no good. So now I have no leverage to get it off, you know? And I can never use this again. What a pain, man. I'm gonna see what I can do. I almost have it. I'm just using a pulley. Not that much leverage, but if you keep banging, it'll come. If you keep banging, it'll come. Almost. Had to change my battery again. These GoPros, man, half an hour, they're dead. You need to buy like 10 batteries just to keep up. Holy cow, it's like right there. There it is. Holy cow. That sucked. But it's done. All right. I'm going to get one bolt started and then tighten up those mounting bolts. So as you saw in time lapse, I got the blade on there, the blade adapter. I put the belt pulley over the belt over the pulley. I put the pulley guard on. Bolts went right in. Engine is mounted. Connected the bail handle cable to the brake. Connected the pull string to the loop. Had no oil in it. Just put about 10 ounces, 15 ounces of SAE 30 for my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Probably needs to top it off a little bit, but it's good for testing. Just put some gas in it. There was no gas. Seems like there's compression. Here we go. Oh, and it's a primer. So I primed it and I heard bubbles. So I think it might work. Let's see. Can you believe it pulled on the first pull? It started on the first pull. Maximum stokage. Did not think it was going to be that easy. I mean, taking off that pulley kind of sucked, you know what I mean? But I just felt it, you know, when you pull on this quantum engine, when you just pull on it a few times, you just kind of know if it's going to work or not. You know, I wasn't sure about the carburetor, of course, but for this to just start up on the first pull after we mounted it on here, there's no vibrations. I could tell that there's some oil in the muffler, so I don't want to run the engine right now because, like I said, my kids are in class. At least my son is. So his room is right there. So I don't want to make too much noise. But as long as I got this mower working, I mean, I am stoked. When it's a little later in the afternoon, I'm going to run this and let the smoke burn off. But also, you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, Henry, that red cover doesn't match. Well, guess what? I think I have a green one for a Lawnboy, for a quantum engine. So let me go find that cover and see if we can replace this. So then we have like a complete Lawnboy mower, huh? Just took 2 screws off, removed it. Now let's go to the backyard in real time. So Andy the Brit just came walking over. He says, did you end up selling that mower? He's talking about the LT1000 I had, because he saw the guy coming over and looking at it and stuff. And I says, yeah, I told him the whole story. He's like, I probably would have sold it for $750. You didn't want to keep that for the whole winter. And I says, yeah, you probably, uh-oh. Mira, ¿dónde está cover? I said, yeah, I was kind of playing chicken, you know? Wanted to see who flinches first. Aha! Briggs. Lawnboy. Scores! So, getting rid of that, $800 in my pocket, made room for the Husqvarna. Now that's parked there, right? Rodimus Prime. And of course, the Pulley XT is my next victim. I'm sorry, next victim. It is cold today. I hope I don't get the flu. He's mistaken it for COVID. Then end up going somewhere and getting COVID for real, you know? I love it when a plan comes together, man. Dudes, could it have worked out any better? And the rear self-propulsion works. I want to tell you that I've been in contact with Nick from Medford, 3 other guys I've never met, but they know my Instagram, and they are Long Island guys. They all saw, like 4 people saw like this ad for a Craftsman. It looks like a GT6000, you know, like Jamal Alatet and Blue Bayou. It's in Levittown. Levittown's about half an hour away from me. Looks like it might have a Kohler V-twin in it. Doesn't look in terrible shape, has a good seat. Anyway, lady's giving it away for free. And Mike from Mike's Lawn Service, Babylon, told me he'll go with me to go get it. But I don't really want to go with anybody to go get it. You know why? Because I hate wearing masks. And so I don't want to wear a mask with Mike there. It's harder to work, you know what I'm saying? But he's a big guy. He could really help me, you know what I mean? So I'll see what happens. See if the lady still has it by the time I get there, you know? Or if I'm even allowed to go there with an address. So it looks like that lady has been taking a lot of messages. My friend Mike actually reached her. He said, I need this out today. I'm getting a lot of messages. Usually you do. There's a lot of scrappers and guys like us out here in Long Island. So about the region, like I said, here in Long Island, you need a lot of money to live here. So the people that live on Long Island, for the most part, are upper to middle class to super high rich, you know, affluent. So if you're super rich, you're gonna have landscapers that take care of your lawn. But then from the upper to middle class people, you still want to be kind of conservative, so you mow your own lawn, you know, so you do buy lawn equipment. But if it breaks, they're well off enough that they're not going to go and spend money to fix it. They're just going to chuck it and buy another one, you know what I mean? So that's why in my area, you can sell stuff for a lot of money. You can also get stuff for free all the time, like all the time. You guys know I'm proof right there that I haven't paid for anything this year, you know what I mean? Everything. And I've sold about 65 mowers and about 10 snowblowers. I haven't spent any money on it except for parts to get these things going. So my friend Mondo over at Mondo Mowers, right? He moved down to Florida lately, and I hear that he's having a difficult time getting equipment because in Florida, depending on where you are, it could be, I mean, you could live really cheap down there. You know what I'm saying? Like a house my size in Florida is like $100,000. You know, where it's like $500,000 here. You know, I'm just throwing around numbers, but you guys know what I mean. Also, there's no state income tax over there, and their property taxes over there is like $500 a year, if that at all. You know, maybe $250 to $500 a year. I pay almost $11,000 a year. So even if I sold my house, paid off my house in full, right? You still have the regular cable, utilities, and all that stuff, those regular bills, right? But my property taxes are $11,000. I'm going to be paying about $1,000 a month, no matter what happens, even when I pay off this thing, you know. So moving down to Florida is great and all, but if I ever moved down to Florida, I don't think I'd be getting any equipment. Therefore, there's no YouTube channel. You know what I mean? What would I make videos of? You know what I mean? Wouldn't make any videos of anything. So there's that. Not like I'm gonna move to Florida anyway. Well, never say never, right? So there you go. This looks stock now, doesn't it? It's on here well. This is good. That's good. Everything's good. Oh, you know what? So I think I'm gonna tighten up this. Even though the self-propulsion works, right? Works well. Yes, I know. If it's not broken, why fix it, right? But I just feel like it can be tightened because you see this slack here like that? That's a lot of slack. So all you gotta do is loosen up this nut. You're a nut. Loosen up this nut. Pull it tighter. Just to get rid of this slack. Come on, man. There we go. You hear the clicks? I want to pull it some more. That's what she said. It's not a hard thing to do, but I'm making it too hard. And just tighten the nut. That. Now Now there's not, well, now there's still some more slack, but there was a lot of slack before. I know now that it'll pull the drive cable well onto the pulley so that the rear propulsion would work well. So that, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm gonna put some toolbox buddy here to lubricate a little bit, but looks like this was a very successful mower to be made. So now I'm gonna keep the wheels, this drive belt cover, the bagger of course, and maybe the cable if I can extract it, because I could always use the cables, you know. I'm not gonna mess with the transmission and take it off. I'm just gonna throw it out. I'm at a point in my life where I don't have time to do that. And honestly, even if I got another machine with a bad transmission, I don't think I would take the time to do it. Not anymore. You know, I used to a long time ago, but now I'm just so overwhelmed with projects that I just have no time to do it. And not to mention the fact that I don't really sell that many lawnmowers anyway this year, you know? Actually, I did sell 65. But you guys know what I mean. I just don't feel like it. Bill, if you're watching, and I know you are, if you want this transmission, I'll put it on the side of my house for a bit. Holy cow. Great. Now I gotta clean this. Ooh, a belt. Keep the belt. Hey, it seems to work. This thing's spinning. So the transmission seems to work. Look. Huh. Transmission works. I don't think I'll keep it anyway. Bill, let me know, okay? Half inch to take these wheels off. Look. Gears are good. The teeth are good on here. So, you know, I'm going to run into a Craftsman that needs this wheel, and you've seen a lot of these. Ooh, gears. Take those off too. Anyway, I'm going to strip this down, and I also lowered the height on that Lawnboy because it was just too high. So that looks pretty good now, you know. I probably won't sell it this year. I'll probably save it for next year, you know. But it seems to start and run really well with the self-propulsion working. Maybe I'll get a bag by the time I'm ready to sell that thing, you know. Mailbag! Just got this from UPS guy, not Frank. Aha. So, this is a Meko smart home video doorbell. The people that have been contacting me about reviews, like for the Heimvision surveillance system and the Heimvision light, right? I actually like that a lot because you know, it's pretty good light. They sent me this. I'm going to be doing a video review on the Meko smart home video doorbell. I gotta admit, I always wanted one of these things because my doorbell is hardwired into my house, you know what I'm saying? Electricity. And it just goes ding dong. So this thing was gonna replace that, and it's hardwired. And it's got a video camera, Wi-Fi. So stay tuned for the unboxing and video review of this Wi-Fi doorbell. Yesterday, Bill and I inflated this Jamal Alatet wheel, the one that was Doneski, and we put ATF in it. And we noticed that from those terrible cracks and dry rot that was on it, right, that we didn't think that it would hold. But I put like 10 ounces of ATF in here. It's been 24 hours. It holds. So this could be like a spare tire for my Jamal Alatet. It's already painted, you know what I mean? Can't get myself to throw it away, so I guess I'll keep it. So ATF works for this, no leaks. There's not even any transmission fluid anywhere. So good deal. So I said I wanted to burn off the smoke in here. It's after 3, so I can now start this engine. Might as well start it up, mow my lawn while I'm burning off the smoke. Let's see if the smoke stops. So that was pretty cool. Made one mower out of 2, and to get it to look like that, you know what I mean? Almost stock Lawnboy. So for it to be like that, I mean, I'm pretty stoked, you know. Starts in 1 pull. Had some trouble with the pulleys and stuff, but you know, if you're determined to get it off, you get it off. I'm gonna sell some of those parts that I took off the other one on eBay, and just keep them for spare parts. You never know when you're gonna need them. Like I said, Bill Martini, if you want that transmission, it's come get it before garbage day comes. Pretty stoked about today's episode. It was a little hard, but to make 2 into 1 is always good. And to make it look stock too is even better. And for the real self-propulsion to work very well. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Thanks to Harry from Mowers and Blowers. So here's the unboxing. I received this last Monday and I'm just getting to it now. Oh, what I got is a spray nozzle. Spray bottle, super clean on it. Can of tough task cleaner, degreaser. Super clean foaming task cleaner degreaser. Wheel cleaner. And more super clean degreaser. I'm going to try this. Thank you to Super Clean and Henry.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.